Friends, I need some help. I need y'all to help me. It's week 12 of my weight loss journey. I am using the GLP-1, Zepbound, and not sure what to do next. Feeling anxious, but optimistic. And I know that there are so many friends out there who are also on a similar weight loss journey as y'all, I'm 50 years old. And using a GLP-1 for weight loss is totally new to me. However, this is week 12. So it shouldn't be that hard, but I feel like this is really hard in this moment. Thank you all for being here. Relax, relate, release. So y'all, I've got a lot of questions. Like, as I get ready for week 13, I started off taking my injections on Friday evenings, end of the day, before I went to bed. And I don't know. And then I got off track because life happened. So now what do I do? Oh man, y'all, I don't know if I'm on. I wanted this. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. It's KendyK all day. I'm at a loss for words, y'all. So I'm not sure if I need to continue with my Saturday morning injections or should I revert back to my Friday night injections. And I know for sure I'm feeling a whole lot of anxiety because holiday weekend. And it's not just a 3-day weekend for me. It's a 4-day weekend because I've got today off, Saturday, Sunday, and everybody's got Monday off. Most folks do. Anyway, I do. So that gives me a 4-day weekend to make good, healthy choices, or I don't know. It could all go wrong, right? This is KendyK all day, and I need your help right here, right now. Tap in, y'all. Let me know what you think. And help! Help! Who sings that song? Bless her heart. Mary. I think they're going through somebody's going through a divorce. Bless their heart. God bless them on that. But anyway, help! Feel like I'm going to need a thumbnail. So that's the question. Should I continue with the Friday injections or should I abandon that and go back to the Saturday morning injection? I just don't know. I don't know. And then for week 12, so whatever happens, if I take the injection tonight or if I take it in on Saturday morning, it's going to be week 13. That begins the start of week 13 for me. And I did take the week 12 injection for the very first time in my right thigh. So should I put my Zepbound in my left thigh? What are your thoughts? People talked about getting greater suppression and switching it up. And when I got my vials for the month, when I got my medication for the month, my Zepbound, and I'm on the 2.5 milligram dosage, I started wondering, I have taken the quick pen. It was the same price, same dose, but should I have went ahead and took the plunge into the quick pen? Friends, there's so much to think about. I don't know. I know, friends. I know, right? So I'm dealing with all of those things. Hey, Paula. Welcome, friends. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for gathering. I am trying to figure out what I'm doing. And I feel like I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm all over the place. So that thigh. Now, usually when y'all hear me say that thigh, I'm talking about chicken. But I'm not talking about chicken this time. I am talking about, should I go week 12? I injected into the right thigh for the very first time. What am I going to do for the week 13 injection? Do I go back into the left thigh, alternating? All of my prior injections prior to week 12, where I went into the right thigh for the very first time, I did all my injections on either side of my belly. How did the week go for me? I was showing a 2.5 pound weight loss yesterday for week 12. And I want to say that was my second time weighing this week. I did not weigh yet this morning, and I'm kind of scared to get on the scale. I did not eat crazy yesterday. I did not, nothing out of the norm. I am, because I don't have things outside of the norm in the house, right? The temptations are not there. The suppression I know is working. However, y'all, 2.5, I wonder, am I reaching the end of the 2.5, suppressing my appetite, silencing the food noise? Because I just felt like I had the thoughts of food. I had thoughts of food. And the only thing that saved me, I'm not going to say the only thing, but one of the things that really saved me was that I purchased food and re-upped. My house is stocked with food that is appropriate food for me to eat. Apples, Greek yogurt. I did pick up, after my chiropractic appointment, I picked up fresh blackberries and fresh strawberries to go with the Greek yogurt. And yeah, 2.5 pounds down yesterday. But now I'm scared to wait a day, right? So, yeah. Paula, you asked some very good questions. Paula says, what is giving you the best result? I don't know. It's like, I think my body is saying 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. And y'all watched great interview with Round Mound of Zepbound. He had a great guest on his show this past week. And he mentioned that the 2.5 dosage, and I guess maybe on all the GLP-1s, are just starter dosages, and you're really not supposed to be losing weight on those doses. But y'all, this is actually week 12, but this is just now my 9th injection. Week 12 made my 9th injection because life. And you'll have to catch me on the replay and catch the previous me sharing my weight loss journey. It's been bumpy. It's been ups and downs, to say the least. So, if you've been on a weight loss journey using a GLP-1, where do you inject? Or are you on the pill? Because I'm a person that doesn't like shots, but it's worth it. So I'm kind of over that. And thank God to my first cousin, who is a real life nurse. And I said, because like even me taking my shot I don't think I'm supposed to say the S word. Me taking my injection last Saturday, she literally, I said, I need you to take me all the way back, step by step. Okay. I've got my alcohol pads here. I'm uncapping. I'm drawing up the medication because I'm a self-pay Zepbound customer. I need you to take me all the way back. And she did. and I felt great about it. And just her soothing, therapeutic voice. Okay. Shout out to all the healthcare providers and especially the nurses, because I feel like they're the backbone of the medical profession. They're the backbone. And because her soothing, therapeutic voice, the way she walked me through that over the phone, it was like she was right there watching me, guiding me every step of the way. So thank you, first cousin. I love you for life. Back of the arm, that is one of the fattiest parts of my body. So definitely my belly is one of the fattiest parts of my body, and these thighs. So now I'm saying these thighs, these thighs, these thighs, these thighs, because can I tell you this? The entirety of the time that I've been doing my injections while on Zepbound for my weight loss journey, I've had trouble injecting on the right side. I am right-handed. I don't know what it is about how I'm holding the dose or what, but left side goes in great, right side, not so much. Always difficult. Something is off about it. Medication starts coming. I don't know if I'm not pushing it in. I don't know, y'all. I'm just sharing you all my real feelings, my real emotions. And I don't know. I don't know. Do y'all feel this sometimes? Do y'all just like have these anxieties? I think too, a lot of my issue is doing this process transparently on YouTube, sharing my weight loss journey. However, you guys are my accountability partners. Thank you. And thank you for a whole lot of grace. But I rely on, folks who are just also sharing their journey and sharing their real journey, right? Because I think it's real obvious when folks aren't really sharing their real journey. They're sharing a version of it. Yes, I've lost all 12 weeks. Yes, I have lost all 12 weeks and also had COVID between weeks 10 and 12. So I'm getting over COVID. And so I think that kind of contributed as well, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? No, haven't had a gain yet that I was able to track. And it's funny because before I started the Zepbound weight loss journey, I would weigh every day because I needed to see the number, because if the number went up in my weight, that would automatically say, make better choices, KendyK, make better choices, make better choices. But when I started Zepbound, I was listening to the voices in my head, and that's some of y'all who were saying, don't track every day. The scale is not your friend. The scale, don't do that. That can be too much. That's too much pressure, because that's not always the proper thing. So I'm trying to figure out these things, y'all. I've just got a lot of questions for myself. I got a lot of questions for y'all. I need your help. So let's run through the questions again, and you all tell me if you want to ring in. So I injected on the right side, on the right thigh, went off without a hitch because my cousin walked me through it, and she's a real life licensed nurse. So I feel like I'm going in again with my thigh. However, to be quite honest with you, I was worried all week about suppression. Okay. And I don't know because it's week 12 and I'm still on the 2.5 starter dose. Is it that the reason that's having me nervous about appetite suppression and silencing the food noise, keeping the noise at bay, the food noise that is at bay? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I've just been waking up with a lot of stuff on my mind. Yes. Yes. And I'm reading through for the second or third time now the thick wad of information that comes with my Zepbound vials as a self-pay customer. So after I'm definitely going through these doses, these 4 weeks of medication on the 2.5 in the vial form. my doctor had already had the 5 milligram dosage already sitting out there for me, ready to go. I just had a doctor's appointment before I did the week 12 injection, but was really only my 9th injection. So do you see what I'm saying? So there's a lot left for me to learn. I don't want to say that I have 12 weeks of information because I haven't had 12 injections. I've only had, in the 12 weeks, I've only had 9 because car wreck, because COVID, because 50-year-old brain left the medication, because was with mom, supporting her health recovery and kind of negating my health needs. And I took a dose with me, but I needed a second dose, didn't have it, all of that. I had the other dose, but it was still at home, thousands of miles away. Yeah. So I'm looking for folks. Thanks. 2 years in, I hear ya. For you, it's been okay. You tried the thighs. I'm not going to try the back of the arm because that seems too awkward. Okay, it's a big piece of meat up here on these arms now. It's a big piece of meat here, but that seems too awkward. Too awkward. And I'm not using the spring-loaded, whatever you call those things, or the quick pen. I'm using vials and syringes, if that helps anyone. Ooh. So, wow, 2 years on your journey. That's amazing. And you look amazing, by the way. Shout out to Paula. Shout out to Mrs. Paula. Look, Paula and Paula. And happy day to you too, Kyle. Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all, I was just about to have a spot of tea. And, I love Yogi Tea because it's out of the Pacific Northwest. And, I live part-time in the Pacific Northwest. And, but this is a peach detox. And I think that means that it's going to help me complete digestion, if you know what I mean. And I got to run some errands this morning. So I'm going to hold off on this until I get back. And it's caffeine free. So I love that for me. But I'm going to keep it right here. Save it for later. So those are the things. Those are the things that I am chewing around in my brain. I'm trying to wrap my brain around what I'm going to do next. There is some anxiety. I'm just going to be honest. There's some anxiety about this holiday weekend because I know I've got a barbecue because Memorial Day is the official start of summer for me and my people. Like that starts our hanging out, warm weather, get out. And y'all, the forecast for me is rain all weekend. Yes. So I'm like, oh, I wanted to do the yard. I wanted to plant flowers. Oh. So I don't know about those plans, but maybe the weather, maybe the forecast is wrong. I hope it is. Not the whole weekend. Please, not the whole weekend. I want to get out in the yard. I want to do my flower beds. And because I didn't have, because, life happens and it does. It's the ebbs and flows of life. Shout out. I know so many people who have June birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you. But I know I'm going to see you again before then. But happy early birthday to you, friend. Welcome in here, Mrs. G. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I'm just like, whoa, what am I doing? Yeah. And then there's a thing about eating on an empty stomach. Or should I eat something? So week 12 on Zepbound, 2.5 milligram vials. That was last Saturday. I drank not even a whole protein shake, but I just felt like I needed something on my stomach because I always had something on my belly when I did my injection. Let me know, drop in the comments. Do you take your GLP-1 on an empty stomach, or being intentional to have something on your stomach before taking your injection, if you don't mind sharing. Paula, thank you. Paula, Paula, that's Paula, thank you. Thank you, friend. Paula says she takes her injection right after breakfast. Thank you. Thank you. So noted. Okay. And y'all, I've also been, because I had itching for the first few weeks, between weeks 1 and 3, I had itching to the point that it felt like ants crawling under my skin. Like it got intense. So my doctor gave me a week's worth of prednisone, which is a steroid, which could make you eat more. But I had no food noise, full suppression, and it stopped the itching. I'm worried when I do titrate up to 5 milligrams, is the itching going to come back because they upped the dose? Or has my body acclimated? My doctor felt really confident that my body just needs to get acclimated to the medication. And I guess that's what the starter doses are designed to do. Yeah, because anything foreign, even medication that you inject into your body, under the skin, yeah, there's going to be an effect. And that was the effect. One of my effects. But another effect was I lost a whole lot of weight. Whew. So that's where I am. And yeah, help, please, help. I know I shouldn't do that because it messes up the sound, and I forgot to put on my external microphones. Oh, yeah, why do I have Beats? Why do I have AirPods? Why do I have another $20 cheaper situation that works really well? And I have none of those things right here in front of me because, y'all, KendyK is 50 and fabulous and very forgetful. Does anybody else suffer from that too? Like you make your list for what I need to get at Costco, what I need to get at Sam's Club, but then you forget the list at home. That part. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not feeling so confident on the weight loss journey today. My 4-day holiday weekend that now looks like it's going to be covered over in rain. What did I eat yesterday? I was still eating my meal prep food. Good old pinto beans, y'all. Those pinto beans. Friends, I forgot how much KendyK loves beans as a plant-based protein. And they were delicious. Every 1 cup serving that I had was absolutely delicious and just enough to satisfy my appetite. I think it's Kyle's birthday. Hey, happy early birthday, Kyle. He's got a birthday in June. Yes, Kim J says that, y'all, she's been on it, what, almost 2 years or over a year and a half. I don't know. She's got a crazy number of weeks when she talks about her Zepbound weight loss. And she says she had itching. She's talked about her itching, and so has losing it Grace. And Pam, Kim J says, and she's still itching. So thank God my itching is gone. So I also have, for my itching, in addition to the prednisone, which immediately knocked it out, right? So I'm glad that my doctor saw fit to give me, instead of I asked for a topical when I put it into my chart, the message about the itching. And once they, I assured them and they asked, are you having any trouble breathing? No, none at all, just itching. It's, itching out of my skin, feeling like ants are crawling underneath my skin. He gave me that steroid, and that zeroed everything out. No more itch. But I take Zyrtec every day, so that helps. And right before or right after, usually right after I do the injection, I piggyback it with a 1 Benadryl. And for some reason, I don't even take 2. I just take 1. Because I guess it's like the middle of the day, or, because I started taking it on Saturday morning, and I don't want to be asleep. I don't want to fall asleep. Because Benadryl makes you drowsy. But anyway, so what I am feeling confident about one thing. I am feeling confident about one thing. My vitamins. My vitamins. And I talked about this with my doctor. My doctor talked to me about this. Lord knows I'm still in the learning phase, y'all. I am not a medical provider, and this is not medical advice. What I'm doing is sharing my real life weight loss journey, my anxieties, my wins, my ups and my downs, and all the things that are swirling in my head at this moment. But I am feeling really confident because my doctor talked to me about my supplements, because that is what the research is saying, is that because you're eating far less food, because you can't eat as much food as your body is accustomed to, you really want to think about some supplements. And so based on my blood work, B12, which I've taken previously, and iron, because I'm been anemic since middle school, high school, been anemic, and thalassemia minor. If y'all, I want to hear from folks who might have thalassemia minor. Connect with me if you have thalassemia minor. But anyway, I'm chronically anemic. So I'm always taking iron, and berry melts has iron with vitamin C, and berry meaning bariatric. These are all quick dissolving. Put them in your mouth and they just melt in your mouth. So no swallowing the horse pills. Iron typically makes me nauseous when I have a heavy dose of iron. So the berry melts, I don't have that. So I ordered more berry melts, and shout out to my doctor for reminding me about the supplements, because I want to make sure that my blood work stays in the normal range and no problems there. And the berry melts, the iron is iron with vitamin C. So for better absorption, iron with vitamin C. Yeah. That is, when you are anemic, you do tend to have that sensitivity to both hot and cold. Hence, KendyK is sitting here in late May on the cusp of the Memorial holiday weekend in her flannel pajamas, my Mickey Mouse flannel pajamas. And I feel just fine because anemia. Yep. And on the back of my chair is my purple jacket. Yep. That I pop on, and then, who knows, an hour later, I could be having a hot flash. Why? Because I'm 50. It happens. So, y'all, that's where I am. And thank you all for, being here, for helping me to think through these things. And thank you, Paula. Mrs. G says that she needs iron. Berry Melts is formulated for bariatric patients. So I guess it's for big people. And really, like, when people were, do people still have weight loss surgeries now? Is it even needed now that we have GLP-1s? But anyway, these are sugar-free with natural flavors, but they are totally sugar-free. And you get these tablets just dissolve. They also have some that you put under your tongue, but you don't even put these under your tongue. You just, once you put them in your mouth and your saliva activates them, and they just dissolve away, and they're easy on my tummy. And with the vitamin C already with the iron, they absorb better into my body, so my body can get the benefit from them. Yes. And I do the same with the B12. And then I have, and because it is what it is, it's whatever the blood work is leading my doctor to, or on my behalf, I do take prescription D3, vitamin D. Yeah, I just wear a jacket. I wear layers on and off. Mrs. G says she's always called Mrs. Paula. Paula Harden says the same thing. Thank everybody for joining me, and thank you all for being here. Y'all, thank y'all for keeping me company. And it's raining outside, so no wonder I feel cozy in my flannel PJs. Yeah, so I'm going to finish my grocery list, and I wonder, y'all, I don't like being outside if it's going to be rainy, right? Because I want to be all outside. I want to wear my, sundress and things like that for the family friends situation for the barbecue I was invited to. But yeah, I don't know now. I don't know. I don't even, y'all, if it's gonna be all rainy and damp, y'all, right? Wah, wah. Not too much on that. Yeah, I can hear the rain is picking up, y'all. The rain is picking up for real, for real. So that's what I'm talking about as I approach week 13 and my week 13 injection, which is really just injection 10 for me. I know, right? KendyK, you've got a lot going on. Yeah, but it's life. It's life. And I could just make it up, but no, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth because I have to be truthful with myself. And so y'all let me know. Where do you take your injection? Where have you felt the most suppression? For me, it's either going to be in my belly or that thigh. And if I do thigh this week, it's going to be my left thigh. So y'all remind me of that because I did it on the right last week. And so it would be my left thigh. And then I'm thinking maybe I'll just go ahead. Y'all, this is what my thoughts are. I think I'll just go ahead because I know there was suppression because I lost 2.5 pounds this week. Yesterday when I weighed. So I think I'll just keep going in the thighs so I'll know if the suppression is better in my thighs. Because I think 1 week is not enough for me to tell, right? Not enough for me to tell. And I think that I am changing my relationship with food, continue to tweak my relationship with food. And Zepbound is certainly helping me to do that with suppression. When is the right time to titrate up? My doctor said when we stop losing weight, and there's no need to titrate up until we stop losing weight. And so she said we can just talk and do another quick video appointment. That was a video appointment versus an in-person appointment, but it was real cool. I once you get locked in and you get connected with your right primary care provider, because y'all, I'm not a medical provider. I don't even like the injections. I like the benefits of the GLP-1 Zepbound injections, and I'm on the 2.5 dose. But yeah, the thought of needles going into my body, that's a lot. It's a lot, but it's worth it. I will tell you this, it is worth it. So if you're on the fence, I'm just telling you, the only thing I regret is that I did not start the journey sooner, back in right after I came back from Hawaii for my 50th birthday in October. I should have started then, but I was bound and determined to beat my insurance company at their own game and trying to make them pay for my weight loss. And y'all, I did all the things, including a sleep study, to no avail. I'll have to do a follow-up video on the sleep study, but we did a medical appeal and still no dice because that sleep study, it just turned out that I had only mild sleep apnea. And for a medical exception, you need at least moderate. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, so I do know that my relationship with food is because, like, so this is kind of like, I don't have any problems with the suppression or the food noise. Saturday was injection day for week 12, and no crazy thoughts about food, just eating to live, eating to live, eating to live. This is fueling my body, and I focused on plant-based protein. And I had fish, I had the steelhead trout and pinto beans. And y'all, I just keep that kind of going in rotation and keep a few back, just keep in the freezer for hard times. and salads, and yeah, I gotta get some tuna packets too. Tuna packets in my brain. Tuna packets, tuna packets, tuna packets, tuna packets, so I can put on top of my salads so that I have a boost of protein. More protein, more fiber. More protein, more fiber is always good. Hey there, mental raccoon. Hey, Natasha, how are you, friend? Good seeing everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Put some of my friends up here. There's Mrs. G. Oh, hello, she said. She said hello. She didn't say that. She said hello. Y'all gotta know Mrs. G. Mrs. G is the best. And so that all that being said, yeah, I don't know. I was just being, I don't know, ornery. I was just being frugal about the wrong thing, and because I was being so frugal, I could have started Zepbound as a self-pay customer in October, as soon as I came back from my 50th birthday trip to Hawaii. And y'all, maybe that's what I'll do. If never mind, let me be quiet, because folk, let me be quiet. I'll save it. I'll be back. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you, thank you, Mrs. G. I appreciate you, friend. You're so kind. Thank you. And y'all, let's do that. Let's just choose kindness. We can do so many things in the YouTube streets. Let's just choose kindness. But y'all, really, if you're on a weight loss journey using Zepbound or using any of the GLP-1s, let me know what you're taking, what dose you're on, and where do you do your injections? Or are you one of the folks who are now using the pill form? I want to hear how your journey is going. Y'all lock in with me, connect with me. Let's talk. Let's connect in these YouTube streets. Thank you all. So let me see. I need to give music. Yeah, I'm such not a good YouTuber. Well, I take that back. I want to thank you all for, if you have been watching this far, would you please hit the like button? Yeah, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers, but I need your help to get there. And so when you hit the like button, it sends positive signals into the YouTube supercomputers about KendyK all day. Yeah, I'm just a plus size woman at the age of 50, trying to get my health in order. I am prioritizing my health. Friends, would you hit that like button? And let's do something amazing together. Weight loss is my goal for the last time. For the last time. Let me see here. Going into my phone. It's a graduation celebration. Can y'all hear the music? Across the nation for the locked in patrons. It's a graduation celebration. Across the nation for the locked in patrons. On this day, we want to say, yes, Mrs. G. On your graduation, they do have pills. They're new. It takes a lot of work to get monetized, but y'all kept your eyes on